Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Poison Kami here, me, myself, and I back at it again and coming at you with another video. So just recently, Senju Japan has made this video talking about a possible new support type. Now, he threw out some ideal possibilities out there. You know, the idea that there might actually be no support types at all, and then support types might be taken out of the game. The idea that maybe like some of the old ones might be still in there. And then obviously the biggest one that he thrown in is that there might be a brand new one where cover fire, or rather the idea of cover fire, gets replaced by its new predecessor. As you all know now, Chakra Shuriken is no longer a thing, which means what happens to cover fire? Chakra Shuriken is now the second jutsu. So with us having a second jutsu, if there were a cover fire-esque mechanic, would they still throw Chakra Shuriken, or would they throw their own secondary jutsu? I don't think Senju quite said it in his video, but here's a perspective to look at it. Now, don't get me wrong, I think this is actually kind of crazy, and if this does happen, I'm not sure how this is going to go for like neutral gameplay and how combos are going to go. I mean, to be honest, this might benefit the damage input in combos, and like I said, I'm going to keep backing up my claim. Substitutions are needed more than ever in this game. But anyways, let me continue. I believe that with what Senju is saying, if that actually does become true and this does become a thing in Storm Connections, then what would happen is that your traditional L1 and R1 inputs for your supports will just summon them to do their regular jutsu. So for example, if you had Itachi as a jutsu, saying like L1 or R1 input will make him come in and do his fireball. However, if you do a triangle square for your character and your storm gauge is up, and the typing is applied to Itachi. I don't know if this typing would be a preset for Itachi or if it has to actually be applied to the characters. But if Itachi had this typing attached, you hit triangle square, and then he comes down and does his secondary jutsu, aka what his tilt is now, man, you're looking at a lot of damage and a lot of combo potential. This means that your supports also have two jutsus to then throw out from their support slots, which is also similar to Demon Slayer. In Demon Slayer, you can actually throw in different types of support. What's the name in that game? Breathing techniques, that's right, yeah, the breathing techniques or whatever their unique abilities are, you can change it up by actually tilting the analog stick in a certain way or whatever when you summon them in, thus creating two different forms of actions from your supports in that game. And like I said in one of my previous videos, man, like I think Storm Connections is taking sprinkles and pieces of Demon Slayer when coming into this game. So I think what Senju is saying is actually somewhat credible. It's like I said before, they took the idea of their combo potential and the use of special techniques to continue combos and as a fundamental for combos from Demon Slayer that is now a thing in Storm. In Storm, we don't really use jutsus currently so much as a fundamental for combos. We're usually just mashing the circle button in the up or down combo, doing infinites and switch check, and you know the rest of it. Now we're looking at doing the things of implementing jutsu to extend it, or even jutsus and cancelling into UJs off of jutsus. Man, what a world we live in. So yeah, just imagine this, man. Like, it's as Senju said, you could be doing some combos and then you hit triangle, square, or whatever, do that one combo. Rock Lee comes in doing backflips on his forehead for a whole minute, gives you some time to do literally whatever. You can apply a attack pill or do whatever else, go back in for another infinite type stun, and then you can land a UJ. Man, you're landing some massive damage. I think one thing's for sure is that I think one of the feedback CC2 might have got about Storm 4 is that games were going on way too long with this 2-round system. So I think what they're doing is that they're implementing all these jutsu to actually make games a little bit shorter. They're giving you the opportunity to land these high damage combos with all these jutsu and everything, and thus this will make games go a lot faster if you aren't good with your substitutions. I'm not sure if it's been stated, I don't think Globko said anything, but I think it might be an appropriate time to actually introduce damage scaling when doing these combos. I think damage scaling should probably come into place when you're landing all these jutsus back to back in combos, because if you really think about how much damage a jutsu does on its own, is quite a lot, compared with all like the UJs you're going to be throwing in and the combos as well. It's kind of wild. But yeah, no, Senju wasn't confirming nothing about this new support type. It's all just speculation. It's just something that he had considered, something that none of us really thought about when we came to the idea of Chakra Shuriken being taken away. With Chakra Shuriken being taken away, that brings a whole new dynamic to the game. So if the concept of cover fire is still going to exist, then that means supports could be doing second jutsus as well, which then gives you more opportunities and more ideas for combos, thus making your combo art almost endless. I mean, me personally, my hope for the game is that they do sort of do something like this, but to be honest, I think I'd like it if I could just hit triangle, square, or whatever, and then my support actually throw their Chakra Shuriken or something. You know, because I just clocked the other day, I just realized that Ino and Shino are no longer going to have their Chakra Shuriken, and those two characters, their Chakra Shuriken is one of their strongest assets in their movesets. Even PTS Shino isn't gonna have his Chakra Shuriken, and that thing stuns like a Storm 3 Fuma Shuriken. Anyways, before I get all teary-eyed talking about the mechanics I'm gonna miss the Storm connections, I'm gonna leave it there. But yeah, there's some food for thought for you guys, and some more topic on connections to get you guys excited for it as we are edging closer and closer and closer to this release date that we still have yet to hear about. Anyways, as always, it's been your boy Poison Akami, Janet.